welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. And how is everybody doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day, a beautiful morning, beautiful evening, wherever you're watching this video from. Today I have an interesting topic for you, and if today is your first time seeing me on your screen, my name is The Habit of Nations, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And please click on the subscribe button and like this video and share. Today I have an interesting topic for you guys. It said is China colonizing Africa? You know, we have so many, should I say, argument or debate about this same topic so many times, especially for my African American brothers, for those black immigrants that were born in the Western world that haven't been to Africa before, because of the stuff they're seeing about China and Africa, the internet. So people believe that China is occupying Africa, China is occupying Nigeria, China is occupying Zimbabwe, China is occupying Zambia, China is occupying, you know, places in Africa. But today, let's find out truly if China is really colonizing Africa, or if China are buying all the land, or if China are enslaving our people again, or if China are, let's see if the intentions of the Chinese are good, or let's see if this is just propaganda from the West trying to break the relationship between China and the Africa government. So let's see. And the question, like I said, the topic, he said, is China colonizing Africa? He said, and it is, so is China colonizing Africa? He said, as an Africa, I would give you an answer. The answer to your question is no. This is just propaganda by anti-Chinese and Western media to discredit the Chinese. China is not colonizing any country in Africa. The Western media is just jealous because they only want Africa to be neo-colonizing by Western countries, by Western countries. So China is helping to develop Africa, which has been going years of on development due to its resources being plundered by the Western countries, corruption, wars, and instability. China has helped build roads, railway building, and so on. The Chinese helped build the Mombasa-Nairobi railway, and as well as Addis Ababa Uba railway. The Chinese are in Africa to invest in infrastructure, while foreigners from Europe and America are plundering Africa resources using the free market capitalist value to force Africa to open the continent in order to get our resources and export them. It said that no offensive comment. I have seen most Westerners are lying because they are trying to hide the truth what they did to Africa during colonization. And it said China's are doing some good work here. No idea why it's just giving them hate. The West has for so long pretended that they were a blessing to the world, when in fact they are being a curse. It said that you know everything you use is invented by them, right? And the Chinese will claim worse things when the debt comes due. Mark my word, free cheese only in mousetrap. And he said you should pay your debt as agreed, shouldn't you? Is integrity and hard concept in the West, where colonizing were the norm. Not sure what your point is. And you say, yeah, what Calvin Long said is correct, and it is the universal norm practice. Anyone or country that take out a loan from even those European institutions like the World Bank and International Monetary Finance, let alone from Bank of China, one has to mortgage a liens against property as for securing that loan and enter into agreement on the performance of the loan according to its stimulated terms and conditions. And when repayment completed to the financial institutions, that contracts became void. In the case of a mortgage with any European finance institution, if one or the country failed to service its loan or any breach of legal obligation in the agreement, it will seek fortification of the property through court injunction. Is not considered debt trap. is it not considered debt trap? I said my point is investing out of goodness of one heart is an old concept, much more for China. They will extract far more in Africa than they put in. And the Cavilon said you have that mixed up with the G7, which colonized and exploited third world countries. China is providing the most important link to economic development for developing countries' infrastructure. Why doesn't the West, especially the US, make a competitive bid to build infrastructure for them? Because they are countries of color, simple as that. To be sure, China will make money there and the African countries will develop faster. This will prevent future exploitation of their countries, and the G7 can't do anything about it. So they are spreading lies, sour losers, liars. And yes, and yes, you should pay your bills as agreed. Although China has forgiven hundreds of millions of dollars in debt. And Ibioma said, as much as I agree with you that China is doing a good job in Africa and also has the right to benefit from it, I just have to let you know that most of our leaders, African leaders, don't have the interest of the country at heart but their pocket. And you must always find something to blame for their mistake. US is doing same to China, so does African nations that happily take loan from China, if not properly managed well, grudgingly pay back, and some may join the West to say those loans were debt traps. I am African and some of my brothers and sisters may criticize me for saying this, but this is the truth. Our leaders need to redirect their focus to national development than personal. And Anthony again said, don't forget that the Indian is also investing in infrastructure in Africa, such as building roads and so on. China and India don't blunder Africa resources. So not sure what India does, but China blunders Africa resources with Africa's agreement. Another word is called business, which benefit both sides. The West blundered Africa resources through colonizing and bullying, where Africa does not have fair choice, and deals only benefited the West and not Africa. And this guy said the West just take things by deceit, force or enslave you with debt from IMF. Between suspicious how the drama between the West and China came at the same time China was going to set up their own version of IMF. I see that China set up a win-win situation for whoever they deal with, unlike the West. So they do things in a way that benefit both sides. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So they do things in a way that benefit both sides with minimum to no conditions. The West has a long history of getting what they want by decent war and force. They want world domination because at the core they believe that the white man is the superior race and that they own everything on the planet Earth. So that's what it all comes down to, and it what motivate everything they do. They are great at blaming others when they screw up, and COVID, for example, it's carrying because they are really good at creating diversion and making others fight each other while they sit back and watch. That's how lines are drawn and countries are divided. That's how they manage to rule most of the world in the last 500 years or more. They won't stop until they achieve world domination. And Gary said Africa is run by dictators who use American money tied to democratic reform and squandered it. Chinese money, accurately called business, is blundered because it's all in place. The dictator and the Chinese do not care. The Chinese do not care a white about that. A white about Africa. They just handle in Chinese crap and do work that send raw materials to China. They do not socialize just money for getting rich. America we in it, but actually care about Africa poor. One mistake is they give too much free food, which stop Africa farmers from competing or improving. But again, dictators. So China love Africa because they don't have to pretend to be lovable. And he said, thank you, Anthony. Indian and Africa countries will continue strategic relationship in the future. Africa will rise again. We Indians can relate to how much Africa has suffered due to European colonialism. So me too, I feel bad for how Indian also suffered the same during British rule, and now it's getting better without colonial rules. And this guy said, truth is truth as we see it. The West never did anything of substance for Africa. Their interest was to destabilize, cause disease, and impoverishing the people while they loot African natural resources and artifacts. China, on the other hand, might be giving loans to Africa, but at least their intentions are not as bad and their work is clearly seen developing Africa. Africa belongs to Africa, and we have the right to choose who our friend will be. European colonies and the West came earlier posing as friends, but now we know what their interests were, and that's why we have found new beneficial friendship from the East. Our leaders in government are to blame too for being selfish, corrupt, for selling us out. Anthony said, however, the West still destabilized the continent. See what they did to Libya, Somalia, and Democratic Republic of Congo. The countries that I have mentioned are still in instability, but Somalia and Libya are now moving forward to stability. And this person said what it is that Chinese he said, what is it that Chinese have done that is so much displeasing to people not in Africa but in so-called West? For some to wish it to be equated to what King Leonard did in Congo, the German did in Namibia, the British did in the transatlantic slave trade, etc. And this person said, what is it that the Chinese have done that is so okay? I've read that before. And Joseph said, for some it's economic, since the big wigs in the West are going to actually have they compete with China to invest in Africa order to turn a profit, where previously Africa would scramble for any investment it could get from the West. For a lot of people who are ideologically minded and have less power in their countries, working classes. So though it's worrying that China is able to exert influence in Africa politically through their investment, since China is a dictatorship, it encourages dictatorship through investment. It also strengthens China, which could allow them to exert this dictatorial influence in the West as well. This worries a lot of people, since it will be a freedom on the line of our countries sell out to Benji. So someone's easy profit. So some want easy profit, some want freedom for Africa, some want to maintain their own freedom. I mean, it's a lot of comment, right? It's a lot of comment. Like I said, I mean, I don't want to make this video too long because there's a lot of comments. So I'm just going to put it on the screen for you guys, and you guys can read and see for yourself. It's a lot of debate from different people, and people are saying all they can, people are saying all they can. And I mean, let me know what you think on the comment section. Do you think China is colonizing Africa, or do you think their intentions are good? Do you think they come to Africa just to invest, make money just like any other businessman or any other business country want to do? But for me, I think personally, I think China is doing a great job in Africa. But the only problem I have with the Chinese is that they are too racist, and the dictatorship they have too. They should not try to bring it to Africa when doing business in Africa. You know what I mean? And with the blacks, we are very quick to sell our own to the slave masters, right? So we should be careful of our own people too, not just the foreigners. And to our leaders, the greedy ones, please Keep doing what you are doing, because one day you will die. Your children are there, your great grandchildren are there, in fact, your lineage are there. No champion forever. There is no champion forever. You understand? So if the country is good, if the continent is good, it's for the betterment of everybody. So for the betterment for every black creation, every black man, every black woman on earth. I mean, for our future children. If the country is better, we won't have so many people running to the west, especially to the Middle East, doing this their house help. And later they will turn them to like slave, raping them every day. You see what happened in Morocco the other day, where a lot of black people were killed. I mean, things are happening. The black people are the most oppressed people on earth, but still yet, our greedy leaders will not see this. They only care about their families and relatives. But let me know what you think on the comment section. Like I said, if today is the first time seeing me on your screen, my name is The Habit of the Nation, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to give this video a like, and I will see you on my next video. God bless Africa. Peace out.